The Value of Time. Part 1. The Lazy Dreamer. Ravi was a 21-year-old boy who lived in a small town in India. He had just completed his college education but had no job. His father was a farmer and his mother was a housewife. They worked hard every day, while Ravi spent most of his time lying on the bed or sitting in front of the TV. He often said to himself, "I'll do something big one day. I don't need to rush." He had dreams of becoming rich and famous, but he never worked toward them. Every day, he wasted hours scrolling on his phone, watching movies, and sleeping. His parents often advised him, "Ravi, don't waste your time. Time is like water. Once it flows away, you can never get it back." But Ravi always laughed and replied, "I have a lot of time. Don't worry." One day, his best friend Aman came to meet him. Aman had gotten a good job in a software company in the city. He looked confident and proud. "Ravi, why don't you come to the city with me?" Aman asked. "There are so many opportunities. You just need to work hard." Ravi shrugged. "Maybe later. Right now, I want to enjoy life." Aman sighed. "Remember, time won't wait for you. It moves fast. If you don't catch it now, it will leave you behind." Ravi smiled, but didn't listen. Part 2. The Missed Train. Weeks passed. One day, Ravi's father fell sick. The family had to spend a lot of money on his treatment. There was little money left in the house. Ravi's mother cried at night, praying for help. Ravi felt helpless. He wanted to do something, but didn't know where to start. He had wasted so much time doing nothing. Now, when he needed skills or a job, he had none. He remembered Aman's words, "Time won't wait for you." He decided to go to the city and look for work. But when he reached there, he found that things were not easy. Every company asked for experience or skills. Ravi had neither. He applied to many places, but no one gave him a job. He felt rejected and alone. He started working in a tea shop to earn some money. Every day, he stood near the stove, making tea for hours. His hands burned and his legs ached. At night, he cried silently. "If only I had used my time wisely, I wouldn't be here." Part 3. A New Beginning. One night, while closing the tea shop, Ravi sat outside on the footpath. The city lights flickered around him, and the streets buzzed with life. But inside him, everything felt silent and empty. He took out an old notebook from his bag. It was his college notebook. As he flipped through the pages, he saw his old handwriting, diagrams, and ideas he had once drawn. A tear rolled down his cheek. "I used to dream of becoming an engineer," he whispered. "What happened to me?" Just then, the shop owner, Mr. Sen, came and sat beside him. Mr. Sen was a kind man in his 60s. "You look lost, son," he said gently. "I wasted my time," Ravi replied. "Now I have nothing, no job, no skills, no future." Mr. Sen looked at him with kind eyes. "Do you know what's funny about time? It never stops, but it also gives you chances every day. You just have to take them." "But I'm already too late," Ravi said. Mr. Sen smiled. "You're only too late if you stop now. Use your time from today. Make every hour count. You can still build your life." Ravi nodded slowly. That night, he made a promise to himself. "I will never waste time again." Part 4. Learning in the Dark. From the next day, Ravi made a new schedule. He worked in the tea shop from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. After work, he went to the public library. He borrowed books on computers, programming, and English. At night, he studied under the dim light of his small room. He used free mobile apps to learn coding and watched online tutorials. Some days were hard. His body was tired from standing all day. His eyes burned from reading too much. But he pushed through. He remembered his father's words. Time is like water. Once lost, it's gone. 6 months passed. Ravi had now built a strong foundation in programming. He created a simple website and showed it to Mr. Sen. "This is wonderful," Mr. Sen said. "You've really changed." Ravi smiled. "I want to apply for real jobs now." Part 5. The climb begins. Ravi started applying again, but this time he had something to show. He had built projects, earned online certificates, and practiced interviews. Finally, one company called him for an interview. He was nervous, but excited. The interviewer asked, "You don't have a degree in computer science. Why should we hire you?" Ravi replied with honesty, "I wasted my time in the past, but I've worked hard every day for the last 6 months. I taught myself everything, and I've built real projects. I believe I can add value to your company." The interviewer looked at his work and smiled. "Your determination is impressive. Welcome to the team." Ravi couldn't believe it. He got the job. He calls his parents. "I got it! I finally got a job!" His mother cried tears of joy. His father said, "I'm proud of you." Son, Part 6. Time as a friend. Ravi's life began to change. With his salary, he helped pay off his father's medical bills. He also saved money and took evening classes to improve further. Years passed, and Ravi grew in his career. He became a senior developer and later started his own small company. He hired young people from small towns and trained them, just like he had trained himself. At an awards ceremony, a journalist asked him, "What is the secret of your success?" Ravi replied, "I wasted time once, and I paid a heavy price. But I also learned that time gives you chances every day. You must value every hour. That's the secret." He looked at the crowd and said, "Use your time wisely. Dream big, but also work hard. Because time is the most valuable gift you have." Part 7. Giving back. Ravi's company grew slowly, but steadily. He named it Nayi Subha Technologies, meaning new morning. It was his way of reminding himself and everyone around him that each day was a new chance to do better. He opened his first office in his hometown, hiring young people from villages who had talent but no money or guidance. He trained them, gave them tasks, and paid them fairly. One of the boys, Deepak, reminded Ravi of himself. Lazy, distracted, full of dreams, but no discipline. Ravi sat with him one evening and said, "I see your spark, Deepak, but you waste your time. You must change that. You don't want to learn the hard way like I did." Deepak nodded. "I want to change, sir." Ravi gave him a small book with a handwritten message. Time respects those who respect it. That book became Deepak's guide. Ravi now spent weekends holding free sessions in local schools. He told students his story and taught them how to manage time, make schedules, and use free resources. Soon, his sessions were packed. His story was shared on social media. A reporter even called him the man who recovered time. Part 8. The Return Home. One Sunday morning, Ravi returned to the tea shop where he had once worked. The place looked the same. The smoky air, the sound of boiling milk, the glass cups clinking. Mr. Sen was still there, now older and slower, but with the same warm smile. "You came back," Mr. Sen said, hugging him. Ravi smiled. "I came to say thank you." They sat down together, sipping tea. You were the first person who made me believe I wasn't too late, Ravi said. Mr. Sen nodded. And you prove me right. Look at you now. I just wish I had listened earlier, Ravi said, staring into the distance. Mr. Sen looked at him kindly. Most people don't, but the wise ones turn their regret into action, and that's what you did. That evening, Ravi walked through the same streets he had once wandered aimlessly. But now, every corner had a memory, and every step was filled with purpose. Part 9. The Clock Speaks. One night, after a long day at work, Ravi sat alone in his room. On the wall was a simple clock ticking softly. He watched the hands move. Tick, tick, tick. He remembered all the hours he had once wasted, and all the hours he now used carefully. He whispered, I finally understand you. The clock ticked on, steady and calm, just like time itself, never stopping, never waiting, always moving. Ravi smiled and said aloud, Time is not our enemy. It is our silent teacher. Part 10. The Test of Time. Success brought Ravi respect and recognition, but it also brought challenges. As his company grew, he had less time for himself, his family, and his community. Meetings filled his days. Deadlines filled his nights. One day, his mother called him. Ravi, it's been weeks since you visited. We miss you. I'm sorry, Ma, Ravi replied. Work is just too much. I'll come soon. But he didn't. Days turned into months. His father had recovered, but now his health was weakening with age. Ravi kept promising to visit next weekend, but each weekend slipped away. One night, he received a call from his brother. His father had fallen and was taken to the hospital. Ravi rushed home. As he sat beside his father's hospital bed, tears welled in his eyes. I'm so sorry, Papa. I should have come earlier. His father held his hand weakly. You did well in life, son, but don't forget, time is not just for work. It's also for love. Don't let the clock steal your heart. Ravi nodded with a heavy heart. He had spent so much time building his future that he had forgotten to live in the present. From that day, he made a change. He created a better work-life balance. He spent more time with family. He took weekends off. He started journaling and meditating. He realized that valuing time didn't just mean being busy. It meant using time wisely for what truly mattered. Part 11. A Letter to the Past. One rainy afternoon, Ravi sat at his desk, thinking about everything he had been through. He took out a pen and wrote a letter. But it wasn't to anyone living. It was a letter to his younger self. Dear Ravi, you're probably lying on your bed right now, scrolling through your phone, dreaming of a big life while doing nothing about it. I know you think there's plenty of time. You believe things will work out magically. But let me tell you something. Time doesn't wait. Every day you waste is a brick removed from the home you could be building. You will face pain. You will regret. You will cry on cold nights when you realize how much you lost just by being lazy. But here's the good news. You can change it all. Right now. Get up. Use your time. Learn. Work. Grow. You don't need to become a hero in one day. Just be better than yesterday. Your future is waiting. Don't make it wait too long. Yours, Ravi from the future. He folded the letter and kept it in his drawer. Maybe one day he'd share it with someone who needed it. Part 12. Time's Greatest Gift. Ravi turned 30, surrounded by his family, friends, employees, and students he had mentored. There was a small celebration at his company. A cake, a few candles, and a banner that read, "Thank you for teaching us the value of time." As people gave speeches, Deepak, the boy who once wasted time, stood up. "I want to thank Ravi sir for changing my life. He gave me time, taught me how to use it, and helped me believe in myself. Today, I lead a team of 10 developers, all because he never let me give up." The room clapped. Ravi smiled. He stood up and said, "We can earn back money, rebuild businesses, and repair relationships. But the only thing we can never get back is time. Every moment is a gift. Use it. Don't wait. Your future depends on the hours you spend today." As he looked around the room, he saw people nodding with tears in their eyes. Ravi had finally become the man he once dreamed of being. Not just rich or successful, but valuable. Because he had learned the greatest lesson of all. Time is life. Use it well. Part 13. A young visitor. One day, while sitting in his office reviewing resumes, Ravi's assistant told him, "Sir, there's a young boy waiting outside. He says he doesn't have an appointment, but he wants to meet you." "Send him in," Ravi replied. The boy looked about 17, skinny, nervous, and clutching a worn backpack. "Hello, sir," he said softly. "My name is Anuj. I don't have any experience, but I follow you online. I read your story in a magazine. I've wasted so much time, and now I want to do something meaningful. I just don't know where to start." Ravi smiled. "You've already started by deciding not to waste another minute." He opened his drawer and handed Anuj a copy of the same notebook he had given Deepak years ago, with the same message inside. "Time respects those who respect it. I want you to learn every day. Come here every weekend and I'll teach you personally," Ravi said. Anuj's eyes lit up. "Really?" "Yes, but only if you promise to use your time wisely. No excuses." "I promise," the boy said. As he left, Ravi looked at the clock again. For the first time, he didn't feel that time was slipping away. Instead, he felt he was giving time to others, and that was the most powerful use of all. Part 14. The Clock That Taught a Nation. Over the next few years, Ravi's efforts expanded. He began speaking at schools, colleges, and business forums. He launched a free online course called Mastering Time, From Dreamer to Doer. It reached millions across India. He was invited to national events, and newspapers called him India's time teacher. People sent him letters, emails, and stories of how his journey had inspired them to change their lives. One girl from a remote village wrote, "Sir, I was wasting my life on social media. After hearing your story, I started studying daily. I passed my civil service exams and now help other girls get educated. You gave me hope." Another man wrote, "At 42, I thought I was too old to start over, but your video made me try. Now I run my own small business." Ravi realized something important. Time can be powerful when used alone, but it becomes magical when shared. He started a foundation to provide free learning resources and workshops on time management, discipline, and goal setting. Where once he had wasted time, now he was helping a nation save it. Part 15. The Final Chapter. Many years later, Ravi sat under a tree in his village, now an old man with gray hair but sharp eyes. Children ran past him, chasing kites and laughing. One boy stopped and asked, "Uncle, what's the most important thing you've learned in life?" Ravi looked at the sky, then at the watch on his wrist. That time is the greatest gift you'll ever have. Use it with care. Spend it on what matters. Build something. Help someone. Love deeply. Learn endlessly. Waste nothing. The boy blinked. Even playtime? Ravi laughed. Yes, even playtime. Because if you're happy and growing, that too is time well spent. He stood up and walked home slowly, the sunset casting a golden glow on his path. He passed the old tea shop, now run by Deepak. He waved at him, and Deepak smiled wide. Ravi entered his house, took out an old ox, and found the letter he had written to his younger self. He smiled and whispered, "We did it." He sat at his desk, opened his diary, and wrote his final note. The value of time is not just in what you achieve, but in how many lives you lift while the clock is still ticking. And with that, the man who once wasted time became the legend who taught others how to treasure it.